Hey and hello there everyone! Welcome back to the Strike Streams! And where the screen went dark as soon as I turned off the intro screen. How are we all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday! 15th of June, we're halfway through the month. Scary. Halfway through the month, at the end of the month will then take us halfway through the year. Yeah, I don't like it either. But how are we doing? Let's say hi to some people very quickly. And yes, Father's Day edition. Whether you are a dad, you have a dad, you don't have a dad, I hope it's a good one. So yeah, let's say hi to some people very quickly. So hi Kieran and Lily and Jupiter and Shade Van Fan and Keeper and Conowat. And Xander, and hang on, who else? There was like Sky and Kevin, although Kevin's also not here because he is, he loves his father and is celebrating Father's Day with him and is too busy to abandon his loving dad to get shinies with us. Like, guys, can you believe that? Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, Buck, so let's see who else we've got. And Teresa, hi! Oh my gosh, everyone's here. Oh, there may be a birthday somewhere around July. Well, then we'll have to make it Oops All Celesteela. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, lovely to see so many of you. Thank you for joining me on this Father's Day edition of The Strike Streams. Also, why does my computer laptop unmute every time? It doesn't unmute when I start the computer. There's just an arbitrary point where after the computer is on, it unmutes. And I don't know why. And I need to figure it out. And Fett is here. Hello. Oh my gosh. Well, then, there is no excuse for anybody who has said hello to not like the video, except maybe Kevin and Sky, because they may have gone. But if you are here, if you are hearing my voice right now at 2:03 p.m. Los Angeles time on this 15th of June Father's Day edition of the Strike Streams, then you have no reason not to click like on this video. Teresa, you're currently at work, but you can at least lurk while you clean. Oh, that's fun. Sorry. I did also eat my dinner too close to this stream apparently, and I'm all sort of kecky now. Okay, so anyway, Bark. So let's that's enough of the intro stuff. You guys know how this all works. So let me grab the spreadsheet. Fett, you did your first live earlier. Yeah, how is your video doing? You were at I want to say 30k last time. How's it going? Now that you've had another 2 days. I'm just going to tickets. But yeah, and then let me know how the live went as well. But yeah, our current tickets are for Yuxi, Thunderous, and Kartana. I believe today, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe today is oh gosh. Today may have been, hang on a sec. Let me just do one thing. You'll still be able to hear me, don't worry. Let's just check this. We gotta check this. I need to upload some of these pictures as well. Right. Oh, sorry, muted the game. Pheromosa, I clicked the wrong thing. Here we go. I'll be back in a sec. Don't worry. It should kick in any second. There you go. The 18th. So the 18th of May, okay? So this was our last shiny legendary Pokemon. So if we go in installments of 7, right? 7 days in a week, that's the 25th, the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th. So today is 4 weeks since our last shiny legendary Pokemon, wild card or not. So mathematically, after today, we are going to be owed a shiny legendary Pokemon. So if we don't get a shiny legendary today, we are going to be in the beginnings of a drought beginning tomorrow. Isn't that exciting, but also a shame? In fairness, I had a good run beforehand. I got 3 between, it was the 24th of April and that date there, the 18th of May or whatever. So I did get 3 in that like month or whatever, but then I've had nothing in the past month. So, oh, Kiba, got a right horn and go. That's pretty cool. And Sky, welcome back. So, Connor, you just need a Dynamax Adventure shiny in general. Fair enough. I did until Friday. I think or was it Thursday or Friday? No, Thursday, because I got the Dracloak, didn't I? It was my first stream here in the new house, and I got Dracloak. Okay. So anyway, Bark, let me put up the tickets again, just because I've spent too much time talking, haven't I? So, we are going for Uxie, Thunderous, and Kartana, as we have been doing for the past month and a bit now, over a month and a bit. So what I need you to do, and I know you guys, gals, non-binary pals know this, but please, when I say the phrase, could you please write, strike, I can do, and then let me know who you can do out of Uxie, Thunderous, and or Kartana, okay? So it's strike, I can do, Uxie, Thunderous, and or Kartana. Ready, set, bow, let me know, and I'll get the spreadsheet to re-know, and then we'll carry on with the show, and I will stop trying to rhyme. So there we go. Okay, so Kiba can do any, and Sky can do Thunderous and Kartana. And Connor can do Thunderous. Okay, we have, let's see, so Uxie, okay, I think Uxie and Thunderous probably... Okay, everyone can do Uxie and Thunderous, like, a lot of people... Okay, hang on, let me just have a... I need to be adding people to the spreadsheet, don't I? So hang on, so we need Kiba, and Skywatcher. But no Kevin. So then we need Conowat, Kieran... Come on, Mr. Spreadsheet, please work. Conowat, Kieran, and Fet. Okay, I think, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think that's everyone so far. The Golden Uxie. So I think we can probably open with Uxie, and then we can do, like, Thunderous second. Let's have, like, Fet. Yeah, hang on. Let's have Fet, Kieran, and Kiba for Team 1 Uxie, and then Sky and Conowat for Team 2 Thunderous. And then if, like, no one comes along, we could get, like, Kiba or something to do the other Thunderous, and then, or Fet, and then we can take it from there. Oh, Aqua Dragon, are you still on strike? Basically, the short answer for that is, it's technically, right now, it is suspended. So the strike right now is suspended. It doesn't mean it's, like, fully and properly over. We could go back on strike in a few weeks, but right here, right now, it's suspended. I imagine, based on just, like, the vibes and everything, that the strike will be ending in a few weeks. But it's one of those things where it's sort of simultaneously on and off, because we could go back on strike in a few weeks. But it is suspended right now. So hopefully that helps. But there we go. But Aqua Dragon, hello, welcome. Well, it depends which one is the answer. Okay, so okay, Team 1. So did that sound good, by the way? So Team 1, Uxie, is going to be Fet, Kieran, and Kiba, and then Thunderous Team 2 is going to be Sky and Conowat. And then we'll figure out if there's like a third player for the Thunderous, or we'll figure that out when we get there, okay? So right now, Fet, Kieran, and Kiba, please come on down. So I'm going to turn on the Ycom. Please make sure you go on the Ycom and connect to the internet. I had a disconnect the other day, which was a shame because I'm on like a brand new fiber optic internet and I don't really know what the heck happened. If I keep getting disconnects, we might be in trouble, mightn't we? But for now, you guys are going to select anything goes, and I'm going to select Uxie. And then we're going to go 06150211. How about that? So 0615, so 615 or 06150211. That's the code. Ready, set, bow, and here we go. And then we'll take it from there, basically. Right, so yeah, we should have Evan, see you, and then Odachi or Sherido, which also means that Kiba will get to have, provided we do our turn on Dynamaxes, the power. So there we go. Right. Again, as a reminder, I am still on a temp setup. At some point, like this week, I should hopefully move to like a desk, but we're not there yet. So what we're gonna do is, Yuxi, is weak to Dark, Ghost, and Bug. Max Darkness and Max Phantasm are especially good because Yuxi is a bulky boy, so like lowering its defenses can be a nifty thing. Don't use ground moves because it has Levitate. And that's honestly pretty much it. Dark, Ghost, Bug. So there we go. Oh yeah, I wonder if I can update that to put in my new role. Okay, I'm just going to go for Lycanroc because it does technically have a dark move. Charger Bug does have the interesting battery ability, which boosts special attacks of your allies, but I think the problem is that I ran out of space. Unless I like shortcut it a bit or something like that, but I don't know. Like, I could probably just say, like, Miraculous instead of Miraculous Ladybug, but anyway, Bug. Let's see, I saw there was a Marowak on the left, that knows Throat Chop, but what else was there? There's also Togetic. Obstagoon is to the left, so I think we probably want to do a left and then a left, because that's, like, 2 Dark-type moves right there. And then there is also Azumarill and Aurorus. There is a Ghost in the top right, but it's a Lampent. Lampent doesn't even have a Ghost move, so that's bad. It's bad, it's bad. So yeah, I wish you could write text in different colors on here. It'd be interesting, although it could then make it hard to read for certain people, depending on like their setups and stuff like that. So the thing I wish is I could make different like accounts different colors and stuff. That's the one thing I would want. Like, I wish I could I wish you could like choose some accounts to be like, I wish that like, say, the super chat had a different color or something like that, but okay, I'm gonna go with 1 max Knuckle and then 1 max Darkness, okay? I'm gonna do it in that order because max Knuckle will boost my attack, and then that means the max Darkness will do more, and then the max Darkness will lower special defense, which will help out with like Bear Tick and stuff like that. So that could potentially make things hard to see. That's basically just it. We all have different things going on, but yeah, so I need to try and see if I can I need to see if I can. But the problem is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is like the longest name ever, isn't it? If I'm like, oh, I wonder if I have a teeny bit of room to squeeze in an extra credit, and it's like, this thing has oh, don't use Blizzard, it's unreliable. Ah, no, it has Frost Breath and Brine, doesn't it? So we don't need to overdo it with we don't need to overdo it. We just need to, you know, reliably attack things. Satella, hello, welcome. Lily, you love chatting with everyone. Oh, good. Well, I hope you like it. Sorry, I'm glad you like it. That makes me happy. That's what I was supposed to say. I don't know. I kind of went into autopilot mode there and forgot what was going on. Right, Grassy Glide. That did a little bit more because of the max Knuckle, hopefully. Here's the max Darkness. If you're doing Scepters, you guys are in Team 1, aren't you? So actually, that's fine. See, See, if we'd have used Frost Breath... See, notice how if we'd have used Frost Breath on turn 1, Beartic would be at full health right now. So, I know I always go on about, like, being careful with your move choices, but, like, basically, if we'd have used, like, 2 Frost Breaths... Although Frost Breath does have, like, a 1 in 10 chance of missing, so, you know, in fairness, maybe that would have happened. But Beartic just lost a ton of health there, and, you know, it might not have needed to if we had, you know, used the more accurate move on turn 1. So I know I always say about the move choices, and I do apologize. I'm sorry for being a stickler, but it's important. Like, these, you know, the actions have consequences, and we do see this play out and stuff like that. So, Jupiter, you're trying your best to understand all of the Pokemon talk because you yourself have never really been that into. Most you did was collect the cards. That's fair enough, though. We appreciate you being here in spite of the lack of understanding. I wonder if Beartic could maybe switch here, just because it doesn't have good health and because it probably needs to. And then we could have Emolga switch for the next one. But as long as one of you gets this, it's fine. But we do want this because it has the Dark move and it has Screech as well. Okay, nicely done. Because we've got... Who was next? It was Obstagoon, yeah. So if we wait, Janet? Who's Janet? We have been getting a lot of disconnects lately. I don't like this, and I hope that this new internet and stuff isn't making a difference. Who disconnected? I didn't actually look at all the names. I didn't see if there was, like, Evan, Suyo, or Cuba. Hang on, let's have a look. Janet, a scientist? Is that her real name? It was Kiba, was it? Yep. Cuba, that is really crud. Do, we are stuck in the mud. Okay. I have a theory, a new theory. Why don't we have Dubwool switch here? Because now we don't have Emolga anymore. Kiba has lost the power. Oh no. Oh no, that's so painfully, poetically put. Dang. Okay. Hang on, I'm just gonna check my texts. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Never mind. I am not missing anything. Okay, well maybe we can get to Kiba on Team 2 with the Thunderous then. Because we said about it before, so now we can say about it again. But yeah, okay, never mind. What was I gonna... there was something I was gonna say. Cuba. Disconnects. Oh, it was about Jupiter and not following along. So, no, we do appreciate it. Hopefully, if you kind of watch enough, you will kind of, like, get used to, like, this mode. Like, you might not necessarily know or understand a whole load of, like, Pokemon, but you'll get familiar with this mode, like, what the Pokemon are called, and what moves they have, and what their abilities do, and stuff like that, so... And we did it! Yes, well done, Team 1. Sorry, Team 1. We're not on Team 2 yet. I was talking about Kiba being in Team 2, but we're still on Team 1. That was fun, though. But yeah, so do we want to switch Dubwool now? I do apologize because when we only have 3 people, you have to be way more careful with things like science. Originally, we could have had like Emolga switch for Obstagoon, and then we could have done some science. We don't really have that luxury anymore, but it's just, I have a dark move, Marowak has a dark move, but Dubwool doesn't. So I think if Dubwool switched here, that would be pretty nifty. And then if I do get a chance to switch, maybe I could, like, later on, or something like that. But yeah, so I think, yeah. Oh, berries! I think we may want to go for Aurora. There is a scientist, but I would almost rather do the Backpacker and Aurorus, because we have more super effective stuff against Aurorus. So that's why I'm going to pick Aurorus, and I'm getting fed up of saying Aurorus. And this is the point where Kevin will go, an Aurorus, at this time of year, in the Galar region, all entirely located within your Dynamax adventure. Yes. But yeah, so I am sorry about the lack of science here. Here's the thing though. Well, we got rid of Dub Wolf, so never mind. An Obstagoon does have Thunderbolt, which is super effective against Azumarill. And we do have Emolga, don't we? But I'm just thinking here, we have a load of, like, fighting and stuff like that, and... maybe we don't, I don't know. But it's just Marowak has Stab Ground, and then, like, I have Fighting, and then Emolga, admittedly, isn't very good, but Emolga's the one who we kind of can count on the least. Like, if we had gone against Azumarill, Emolga's great for that, but it might have just ended up using, like, Acrobatics or something, who knows. So, it's very... oh, there you go, Endure. There's also that it could have used. In fairness, Endure against Aurorus actually isn't a bad idea. Oh, guys, we go... gosh, okay. We do want to be using our good moves, guys. Like, Obstagoon has Lash Out. Okay, oh, Steel Spike. So we are going for the... okay. I was thinking... it does have Iron Head, right? But then I was wondering if I was thinking of the Alolan. But we talked about this the other day, though, didn't we? That they both have Iron Head. Like, a lot of the regional forms don't share a move, but this one does. I was thinking with Lash Out, though... but here's the thing. Lash Out has 5 PP, and you only probably need, like, 3 for Uxie. And Thunderbolt just really isn't... I mean, if you're going to use a move that's, like, not... oh, actually, no. Oh, no, wait, Thunderbolt is neutral. Sorry, why was I thinking it was not very effective? I don't know. In fact, okay, Thunderbolt is neutral, but just it doesn't do... oh, gosh. Doesn't do a whole lot, though, just because Obstagoon isn't really a special attacker. Out there it is. There's the paralysis. Right, and there's Max Steel Spike. Steel Spike. Okay. Nicely done, everyone. See, here's the thing that's really confusing me. I'm looking at the preview of the stream, and it's looking so nice right now, sort of thing. Like, it's running smoothly. Like, what I'm seeing on my TV is what I'm seeing on the game, pretty much, right? Maybe just, like, the frame rate's, like, a little lower, but otherwise, mwah, right? For the standards that I have, like, sort of... well, no, sorry. For the limitations I have, like, for what I am able to output... the game is doing what I need it to. Like, the stream and the visuals are doing what I want it to. I'm kind of hoping Emolga does go for the switch here, to be honest. You going for it, Emolga? Damn it, Janet! But no, we've got a good team, though, minus the Emolga. But this is the thing. There always comes a point, like in like the middle of the stream, where it's almost like just something, like my computer gets tired or something. I don't know, where it just kind of like gives up hope. I am going to go with... Leopard Berry would be funny. I think I'm going to just go with a Quick Claw, because I may as well see if I can get a Quick Clutch, like Dynamax or something. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, we'll get into just quickly, how is everyone's Father's Days going? Have you like had a phone chat with your dad, or have you had to like... you know, I don't know. Just I chatted to my parents this morning. I ended up talking to them for a really long time because it's the first time I've talked to them since the move. So I kind of gave them like a tour of the house, and yeah, I like gave them a tour of the house and said about what the moving was like and everything, and how the cats are doing, and the funny little things that have happened. Oh, Quick Claw Clutch! Oh no, the paralysis! No! Magic Room, more like a magic broom. Oh yeah, I couldn't find the broom until today. I kept wanting to like sweep up the cat litter, but I was like, where is the broom? And then it was in the laundry room, and the laundry room is like the one room I haven't really been in because I haven't needed to do laundry yet. So, right, throat chop, boom, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna Dynamax now. This is gonna lower special attack, which is only helpful if Emolga uses rising voltage, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, so tell it, you're making your dad custard pudding that he loves so much. Oh, that sounds nice. Like both as a gesture and as a delicious yummy, yummy, yum, yum, yum. Ooh, I like that. Sky, it's been a nice day for you, but not much happening. Oh, Sky, how did did you have any more luck on the Pokemon cards, like regarding your like initial message in this stream? I kind of wish Lycanroc had Shadow Claw. I won't lie. But okay, more special defense down. Max Mindstorm! Emolga, no! Kiba in the parallel universe, no shiny. Dang. Damn it, Janet. And there goes Emolga. Okay, but that's okay though. Oh, the paralysis! Oh, Teresa. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, but two, that's really nice though that that you were able to, you know, go out and enjoy a little bit of something. So that's nice. Okay. Right. Uxie used Psychic. Doesn't affect Obstagoon. Nice. Okay. Throat Chop. Kadoosh. Okay, it is getting desperate. It is going to start using generative AI. Okay, Swift, but we're just going to shake it off. No problem. Okay, she's back. Okay, so I've got one more Max Darkness left in me. The Rising Voltage! Although, did it reset everything there? Because if my Max Darknesses had been working, then, you know. But anyway. Okay, we're getting so close. So this is why it's so nice to have 4. When you have a bulky Pokemon, this is why it's nice having 4 instead of 3. Because we could have had, like... I don't know, we could have had some... We could have had, like, we could have had an Obstagoon using like max moves, and we could have had a scientist Pokemon doing whatever. Could have been great, but okay. Well done, Team 1. In spite of everything, that was still fun. So no, very nice work, everyone. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in. Wish everyone good luck. Kiba didn't get a shiny, so it's up to us here in the you know, parallel universe prime to rectify that. Today has been 4 weeks since my last shiny legendary, so mathematically we're overdue one. But then again, if you say like, oh, but didn't you get 3 in the previous month? Shh, 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 shh. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell the game that. Don't let the game know that. Okay, so here we go, everyone. Marowak is a no. Obstagoon does not have the colours of West Ham. Aurorus, at this time of year, is not shiny. But will we get the Golden Uxie? No, it's a Bluesky. Dang. But it is the colours of Ukraine, and we support Ukraine here at Beauvo Games. Okay. So, no. That's a shame. Okay, let's check some natures, though. So we have, like, a naive Marowak, a neutral Obstagoon, a brave Aurorus. But will we get... No, okay. A Uxie, so that's... What is that? It's like... Oh, Sassy. Sassy, yeah, I gotta remember. I should remember what Sassy is at this point. But yes. Yes. Okay, so no dupes, no lax, and no gentle. I would say that that's a victory, personally. I'm going to go for the Obstagoon. Hang on. The auto flags are being a bit aggressive there for some reason. Right, we'd like to take the auto thingamajig. Okay. Well done, though, everyone. So, Team 2. Let's get the old spreadsheet up after we save our ticket. There we go. So this is going to be... So we have Thunderous next, if I am not wrong. So let's check. So Team 2 is going to be Skywatcher, Conowat, and maybe we could try Kiba again. Kiba. Does that sound okay? I just feel bad for Kiba missing out. Unless there's someone who's come along where it's like, I can only do Thunderous. When Kiba can do, like, anything. And in fairness, Kiba got to do, like, one fight. So that is more than anyone with a Strike 0. So if there is someone with a Strike 0 who is like, I can only do Thunderous, now is the time to speak up. Otherwise, we're going to have Skywatcher, Conowat, and Kiba. Kiba, it's a name you should know. So does that sound okay, everyone? There we go, yeah, that's good. I'm going to put my phone in the little holder. Unless wants to take the third spot. Who is Unless? No, unless anyone wants to take it. But that's the thing. So if there's someone where... That's the thing. If there's someone who can, like, only do Kartana... can only do Thunderous, but they, like, can't do Kartana in a minute, maybe now is the time to, like, let me know. But otherwise, we're going to jump right on into things, okay? So, yeah, no, sorry. That's it. Keeper, it took me a second for me to... I'll admit, it actually took me a sec for me to realize, but then I did realize, but I'd already, like, made the joke by then. Okay. And then I did, like, correct myself after. Okay. So, please connect to the internet on the Ycom. If you were disconnected, please do a disconnect and a reconnect. And then we will talk to the nice scientist late. Wait for it. Lady. And then we'll say anything goes. But then Thunderous. But as long as there isn't anyone who's like, I can't do Kartana and stuff like that, then we're gonna proceed. So let's go 0615 and then 0235. How about that? Do we feel alive? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it now? That is the question. Okay. But yeah, I'm thinking Skywatcher, Conowat, Kiba looks like it's going to be fine for this. So I think, Kiba, you can come on down. And here we go. So we have Sky. We have Conowat. So I'll just do my quick Thunderous spiel, or maybe I'll do the shortened version. It's electric and flying type, which means it's weak to ice and rock moves. Rock is marginally better because of Thunderous's Weather Ball, which I'll get back to in a second. We are looking for... So, Lightning Rod ability Pokemon, Manectric and Cantonian Raichu are excellent. Shout out to Volt Absorb Lantern. Ground types are brilliant. The electric resistant trio of Dragon, Grass, and other electric types can be good as well. And then offensively, it has Sludge Wave, Spread Poison Damage, and then Rain Dance, Weather Ball, and Thunder. So water type Weather Ball, 100% accurate Thunder, but that Weather Ball can change if we change the weather, such as with a rock type Max Rockfall or an ice type Max Hailstorm. So and yeah, and rock is a less dangerous move for it to use than ice. Ice and electric, the old Bolt Beam is very dangerous. Okay. So yeah, there are a couple of stories I want to save for like when we have a busier day or with more people. Oh, we could have, if we had Torkoal, then that sets up the sun, and that immediately nullifies Thunderous's Thunder. So there's a part of me which kind of wants to take Torkoal, and I think I might do that, despite the fact there is a Seismitoad there. Gourgeist does have a fire move, which would be powered up by the sun, I will just say that. And it is a grass type, so it does resist... Seismitoad can be good with Screech if we have physical attackers. But... Oh, Marowak. Marowak and Seismitoad are definitely two good ones here, I would say. Oh, okay. Should we go for Marowak, then? We get ground down by a Marowak. Yeah, all right. Okay, this could actually work. We could do, like, Screech and Marowak strats with, like, Sunny Day Fire. Oh, there's a Crustle. Okay, maybe we could get rid of Seismitoad for Crustle. Or Gourgeist, either. Let's see, there's a Crustle to the left. Oh, and then there's Lycanroc. Ooh, that's really good, actually. Oh, and then there's... what's his face? The Ghost Ground. Why have I forgotten? Golurk. Sorry, I'd really forgotten Golurk's name there. That was scary. Golurk, Lycanroc, and Crustle. So Crustle... So hang on. Crustle, Lycanroc, Golurk. I think that's the way to go, right? The question is, who do we switch and when do we switch them? Crustle, it's a name you should know. Crustle, he's the star of the show. I'm actually thinking maybe we could ditch the Torkoal, just because Torkoal's bad against all these rock and ground types. But it was a nice plan, though. It was a nice plan if we didn't have anything to switch for. But I'm thinking maybe we could ditch the Torkoal. Maybe if we ditch the Torkoal, maybe if we ditch the Gourgeist, and maybe if we ditch the Seismitoad? Maybe? Or we ditch Marowak. Because Seismitoad is a good support Pokemon, that's the thing. So, if Seismitoad just sits there and uses Screech, that's actually a really, really powerful strategy. Whereas Golurk can use Max Phantasm, which also lowers defense. Oh, maybe we could double up on defense lowering. Maybe we could have Seismitoad using Screech. We could have, like, Golurk using Max Phantasm. And then, like, Crustle can, like, hit with Rock Tomb. And Lycanroc can hit with Stone Edge. Because here's the thing. Lycanroc is actually pretty good left undynamaxed because it has 100% accurate Stone Edge, which is like a high critical hit chance 100 base power move. So, does that maybe sound like a plan? I think I should take this Crustle. I think that Gourgeist should take the Lycanroc. And then I think that Marowak should switch to the Golurk. That's what I think. Abraham Link. Ironhead. More like Judge Dredd. That's nice. The only thing we have to hope is that we definitely beat this in, like, the next turn. But I think just looking at the damage output, though, yeah, no, we're good. Yeah. I know we've kind of deviated from the, Torkoal, like, sunny day strats, but that was just if we didn't really find anything. Because Sun is a good weather to have against Thunderous, because it reduces the accuracy of Thunder. So it's like, you basically would have to force Thunderous to waste a turn using Rain Dance is the thing. That's basically what Torkoal kind of does for you. It sort of just, like, makes Thunderous have to waste a turn. But that's what I was thinking about Golurk. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Golurk can have Max Phantasm, which is fantastic. And then, because Seismitoad can just sit there and use Screech. And so if we're using, like, Screech and Max Phantasm, and then we're using, like, Stone Edge and Rock Tomb, I think we could two-turn it, basically. Like, the Torkoal idea was good if we'd had, like, a path with just not really anything on it, but because we actually do have a pretty good path here of, like, rock types and stuff like that, I think this is gonna work. Now, I know that Gourgeist doesn't have a good amount of health here, but I am still gonna switch just because I am weak to rock, and Gourgeist will be Dynamaxing next time, so... I don't know what, like, the berry situation is. Berry! Oh, we get berries by going to Lycanroc. Okay, this is perfect. There is Palisand, but I actually think Golurk is going to be a little bit better because Golurk is physical, and we kind of want to aim for a physical team. So though there is Palisand, let's go for Golurk. It's funny we've got 2 ghost ground types. If I had a nickel for every ghost ground type that was on that final round path, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's funny that there's 2 of them. Thet, you're back. Welcome. Berries! Sorry, I don't think I said berries, did I? But here we go. Here's Lichen Rock. If I had a nickel for every time we saw a Lichen Rock today... No, sorry, I'll stop now. The only thing that's going to be a bit tricky is I'm very aware of the fact, you might say, I am very aware of the fact that Seismitoad doesn't really have a whole lot to hit Golurk with. It's going to have a not very effective max ooze. And in fact, the rest of us don't have a whole load of moves to hit it with, which is a shame, a terrible shame. Let me just think for one moment. Unless what we do, here's an unless, okay? I will just say one unless. Unless we don't Dynamax the Seismitoad. If Seismitoad just uses Screech and we let Marowak Dynamax, then what we could do is Marowak could Dynamax against Golurk, and that could work out better for us. So, a risky Supersonic. I would go with Screech instead of Supersonic, because lowering its defense is going to be way more important than Confusion. Going for an inaccurate, 1 in 3 times it won't hit. Most battles are only going to be like 2 turns, so inducing a 1 in 3 chance of not hitting is a bit less important, I would say, than like an 80% defense drop. But nevertheless, a lucky Supersonic is a lucky Supersonic, and if it hits itself here... Oh, it didn't. Then yeah. Okay, right, special defense down. But yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I know this means that, ironically, Kiba won't have the power until the... well, no, Kiba will still have the power, but it would be in the 3rd battle, not the 4th battle. But, right, Boomerang. Oh, nice. Oh, wow, that Screech and Boomerang was a great combo. But yeah, so we want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but you definitely want to catch them. Ash, catch them. But no, very nice work, Team 2. But yeah, so if we get rid of Gourgeist here, then that'll be pretty nifty. Yeah, let's get rid of Gourgeist because it's weak to Golurk, and it doesn't really... It's like double-edged sword, but Golurk has the advantage. And you do have the lower health and stuff. Because I was just thinking, oh, what if we did it in a different order? But no, Gourgeist I think is still the best one, isn't it? But yeah, so maybe we could just have Seismitoad Screech here instead of Dynamaxing, because if it Dynamaxes, it's just not really going to be able to do a whole lot. And if we go left, we also get berries! Because the thing is, I'm a bit worried whether we'd be able to beat this in 3 turns. If we Dynamaxed Seismitoad, a Dynatoad, a Seismamax, Seismamax. If we had Seismamax, then I do worry whether we'd even be able to win the fight in 3 turns. Whereas if we like use Screech and have Marowak Dynamax, I think we will beat it in like 3 turns. Or 3 turns after Dynamaxing. But look, all my moves are just like not very effective. I'm going to use one Rock Tomb for speed, and then I'll use X Scissor for quote unquote the raw power. Oh, it's using Focus Punch. Like a Focus Lunch. Although that crunch did more than I thought it would, I will say. But I still don't think we necessarily would have been able to beat it in 3 turns. Let's find out though. Maybe we would have. That's because of the Screech, isn't it? Whoa. Okay, that Screech was incredible. You got no shinies in Dynamax, you're playing for an hour. That's like, if you do like 4 Dynamax Adventures, it's about a 50% chance of getting a shiny. So if you play for an hour, that's probably about like 3, maybe 4 Dynamaxes. So that's kind of unlucky, but it is also a coin flip. So if we max darkness here, that means our max darkness is going to be more powerful than our throat chop or whatever, and then we should be good. Kiba has the power. And there we go. Okay. Right. How has everyone's weekend been, by the way? Sorry, because that's the thing, I haven't seen you since Friday. I've just been getting used to the house more and more. Oh, Screech missed a second time, no. Breathe Boat, I know. The thing about these is that I don't, like, prepare them. So I just do them, hold the note for a really long time, but then, like, I haven't breathed. Sorry, Xander, maybe we need to set up like exclamation point breathe, and then you just exclamation point breathe. Remember to breathe, Bo. But yeah, no, it's been busy but good. But yeah, so that's the thing, I've just been getting used to the house more. As I did say, I did go and clean a bunch of stuff in the old house yesterday. It was one of those things where I sort of simultaneously did a lot, like I spent a long time there, but I spent a long time there, but I didn't we probably could have just got rid of the Seismitoad, to be honest. But then again, having Screech will be nice, so... have you been drinking water? Not very much. So I was about to have some, and then I saw your message and was like, yeah, I need to have some. Because I did also talk to my parents for like a long time today. I didn't drink much during that. So, my throat is, like, a little sore. Right, I'm gonna Dynamax, I'm gonna Rock Tomb, more like Rock Doom, and then we'll be good from here, basically. You spent most of yesterday catching up on chores around the house that you couldn't get to while you're working through the week. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That was basically my thing. Like, I didn't want to go to the house on a day where I could, like, have auditions and stuff like that. So I went, like, yesterday once I knew, like, I was good for the week, kind of, or good for the weekend. And yeah, but I sort of simultaneously feel... I did do a lot of stuff. Like, I dismantled and threw away the old cat tree. There was, like, a piece of furniture that had been dismantled where I got rid of, like that dismantled. I did, like, vinegar and baking soda, like, in all the sinks, and drains. I ran an empty cycle of the dishwasher, but, like, used a special... There's, like, a special, like, dishwasher cleaning tablet for, like, you know, like, to, like, clean your... Like, this is, like, to clean your dishwasher, not to clean your plates. Ooh! That did a lot. Shadow Punch. More like a Shadow Lunch. Are we gonna one-turn this? Oh my gosh, it's using Discharge on turn 1. As long as the thing that I fear that could happen doesn't happen... It didn't happen! No paralysis! Are we gonna one-turn this? Oh, we one-turned it! That's the power of Seismitoad, baby! Is there any way you can beat Zygarde with NPCs? Basically, the answer is probably find a good path and then save a good path, so that the NPCs always pick something that's, like, pretty good. But otherwise, I don't really know. Well done, Team 2! We made it through in one turn! We want to catch everything. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. But yes, hang on. What did I do? So I did, yeah, dismantled the cat tree and threw that away. I threw away the dismantled bit of furniture. I did the empty dishwasher cycle. I did vinegar and baking soda in all the sinks. I did like a ton of sweeping and like vacuuming. I basically cleaned my old bathroom because there was like, you know, you get like hair and stuff in like the drains and around the side. So I cleaned all of that. I cleaned out like a couple of cupboards. I cleaned a couple of cupboards once they were like empty. There was just so much stuff. I like sort of mopped and sprayed behind a bunch of stuff. So I did do a lot of stuff. I was there at the place for like 7 hours or something, but I don't know, it just still doesn't feel, it just still didn't feel like I accomplished much. You don't really get turns in Pokemon when playing with 4 people. That's the thing, and that's basically the thing with the Zygarde. You need to like have a path where no matter what the what your opponents do, they're probably going to do the right thing. A good example is like a Frostlass, because Frostlass has like Frost Breath, Triple, Axle, Shadow Ball, and something else, and so a Frostlass would probably be quite likely to use an Ice move on Zygarde. So if you like had a path with like a Frostlass and a Beartick or something, you'd probably be... But yeah, it's tough though. Crustal's a no. Lycanroc is a no. Can't spell Lycanroc without no. Golurk is a no-lurk. But will we get, on this 4 weeks after my last shiny, the slightly purple Thunderous? No! Dang. What is it with these Pokemon not being shiny? Okay, so no, 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 and no. I just wanted to check the experience there. Let's check some nature, shall we? So we have a relaxed nature. We have, oh, a jolly Lycanroc. Will that be the pick? Oh, and a modest Golurk, which is terrible. And then Thunderous. Oh, it's a modest Thunderous. That's also really good as well. So we do have a dupe. We have modest dupes. Dupe. But I'm going to go with the Lycanroc. So there we go. Teresa, yeah, there were a couple of projects that you had to do more of a deep clean yesterday. You still don't feel like you got it all done. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, because one thing, Teresa, is in the old place, there's still a bunch of stuff there. And so there were things where I kind of envisioned doing them. But then once I got there, it was like, well, me like taking everything out of these cupboards and then putting them back in. Like I could clean them if they're empty. It would take only like a couple of minutes each to clean them if they're empty. But if I have to take everything else out, that just turns it into a bigger job. And it's like, well, there's no point cleaning it if you're then going to put a bunch of stuff in there again, which could then make it dirty again. Like you're going to have to clean it afterwards. And yeah, I don't know. So anyway, let's figure out Team 3, shall we? Kartana. So chat, my lovely chat, let's just save this ticket. And let me type in... Oh, yeah, sorry. Kieran is explaining the process of saving a path. Sorry, I shouldn't have just said save a path. Yeah, you can save a path. If a path is ever really, really good, you just turn your game off on the pink screen. You will have to, like, ultimately pay a penalty, so you shouldn't really do this unless you have a load of ore. Like save up, like, all your ore and then, you know, and then embark upon this journey. In fact, oh, speaking of ore, actually, hang on, how much ore do I have? I probably have like 999, right? Oh, 899, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some beast balls then. Wowie zowie. But yeah, so do it when you have the 889, not the 139. But yeah, so you can save a path and basically just do the same Pokemon over and over and over again with the same Pokemon. And so that way, so if you ever get a path where like the initial Pokemon are good and then the 3 Pokemon you encounter are good, so like again, like if you just get a path with like a load of ice types or ice moves, what you can do is you can save that path and then you could solo it, because you could be like, well, whether my partner Pokemon switch or not, they're going to have an ice move. And if they're all using an ice move, maybe I stand a chance or something like that, you know. Okay. So sometimes it's more work than it's worth, and then your brain turns into the old internet dial-up sound. I love it, Teresa. Okay. Watch Bo get Kartana shiny in a Beast Ball. I'm going to save the Beast Balls down to when we're, like, only doing Ultra Beasts, I think, or something like that. So, like, once we get Thunderous and Tapu Bulu, that's when I'll start using Beast Balls. I think. Maybe that can be the plan. Okay. So, chat, my lovely chat. Kartana. So, if you are able to do a Kartana, if you would like to do a Kartana, what I need you to do is I need you to write strike in big capital letters. Tell me the number of times you've played today. Is it 0 times? If it's 1 time, is it 2 times? Kiba, you're only a strike 1. But if you strike the number of times you played and then say I can do Kartana. Okay, so let me know if there are any Kartana people out there. Ready, set, bow. Let me know. But yeah. So, and then I did things like the top of the oven and like the screen. I didn't like 100% everything because I think my roommate whose condo it is, she is going to get some cleaners in, but I kind of wanted to like clean for the cleaners because it's like then they'll spend less time. Like, I don't want them spending time on like easy stuff, you know? It's like, hey, this is like a really stubborn stain that I couldn't get out with like by just scrubbing it, so get in there, like get rid. Whereas if there's like, oh, I just need to wipe this down, then it's like that's easy for me to do. You don't need to like pay someone to do that, you know. So we have Skywatcher, we have Cuba. Kieran has Kartana, right? So can Thet do Kartana? What if we have Kartana and there's only like 3 people who can do it? That would be wild. That would be wild. Right, Kiba, Sky. So is there anyone else who can... is there anyone else who can do Kartana? Because that's the thing, you got Kartana and Tapu Bulu, right? I just want to make sure... Again, I do apologize because you're like, Bo, I told you this a few days ago. It's like, yeah, but I moved house this week. My brain is forgetting things. But it's just so weird. Like, you know, you kind of went from really needing a shiny legendary to getting all the shiny legendaries. Right. Oh, it was the Bulu and the Stack Attacker. That's it. That's the one. Yes. Okay. Oh, can you see I changed the Nightbot message? So instead of saying, like, I'm on strike right now, so things are a bit tougher kind of thing, it's like, following the lengthy tough strike, tips, donations, Wonga, and super chats are especially appreciated at this time. But yeah. No one is playing Dynamax Adventures anymore. It's sad, but I guess people move on. Well, that's the thing. It's like I said recently that a lot of people would have done this several years ago, and not in the year 2025. So yeah, it's sort of just the way it goes. Like a lot of people who would want to do this will have already done this, basically. Okie dokie. So, okie dokie artichoke. So what I need you guys... Wonder where Weiss is. Yeah, we haven't seen Weiss in a good while. Again, a lot of people are just busy with like school and work. And today is Father's Day, so people are busy for that. Like, you know, look at Kevin. I imagine this is the reason where like Onlera probably isn't here as well because of Father's Day, maybe. Because like usually Onlera is here on like Sundays and Mondays, right? I could be wrong. Right, anyway, the game has gone dark, so I think that's the universe's way of saying, let's have Kiba and Skywatcher, and if Kieran wants to join in just for the sake of, like, the chance at getting 3 shinies, and I won't put it on the spreadsheet, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we'll play with Scene or Dean. And I did write a book, yes. It's called Day-to-Day Happiness. It's basically a very short but sweet kind of informational book about the little kind of attitudes and ideas and ways I think about the world that I think if you think in some of those ways as well, if you view the world through some of these lenses, it'll help you be less stressed and be more optimistic and and ultimately be happier. And I'm very proud of it. It's very short and sweet. It's very to the point. I know I waffle. The book does not. The book is extremely concise. And anyone who's read it, pipe up in the chat now and say what a great book it is. No, I'm kidding. But, like, Teresa, you read it, right? And unless this is the point where you're like, oh no, I never got it. But yeah, so I don't mean to put anyone on the spot, though. But there we go. Okay, so let's anyway embark upon a Dynamax adventure. Let's say anything goes while I say katana. It is a good book, and it's helped you with stress and anxiety. Good. And it's just very, like, because the chapters are all, like, 1 page long. Like, it's broken into, like, a bajillion chapters, and well, not even a bajillion, but it's just broken into, like, you know, a few dozen chapters, and a lot of them are, like, 1 page, maybe 2 pages, and it just says what you need to, and that's it. Right, let's go 0615... and then 1501. How about that? So 0615, 1501. How about that for a number? And this is going to be Kiba and Skywatcher, and maybe a computer, maybe Kieran. Who knows? So Skywatcher is in. Is it free? No, it is a published book. My publisher does need to make money. But it's available online at, like, different retailers and stuff. And it is reasonably inexpensive last time I checked, because it's not a very big book. So it is like a... forgive me for this phrase. This isn't the way that I would like to phrase this, but it is a sort of quote-unquote proper book. Like, it is published by a publisher. It's not just something that I wrote that's, like, a PDF file or something like that. It is a thing that is, like, commercially available. Anyway, you guys know Katana, right? It's weak to fire. Very, very weak to fire. It's also weak to fighting, but mainly fire. And special fire, rather than physical. And if we're able to avoid or minimize leaf blade damage, that would be helpful as well. Right. Anyway, I think we're good here. Also, is that like a stain on my television? Or is that the game? Or... I think my TV might have, like, some kind of dead pixel or something. I'm not sure. Teresa, exactly. That's something you really appreciated when you're overwhelming and couldn't handle reading much as you love reading. Teresa, that's exactly it. I know I've said this story before for the people who are here, like Xander and Teresa are going to be like, ugh, we know. Center Scorches Fire, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Shame it's a slow king, not a slow bro. They are both weak to Leaf Blade, so heads up. But so I know I have told this story before, but anyway, there's a book I read when I was depressed. There was a book I read called Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy. And I think basically one of the main reasons I was able to read this book is because I took Sertraline for like a few months. It was like 3 or 4 or 5 months or something. Not a long time. But it's sort of anywhere between like 3 and 6 months now I think about it. I think maybe it was like, probably like something like December through to like May or something like that. So it's probably like 5 months, 4 or 5 months. Right, hang on. Taurus and a clang and then a do-do-do-do-do. Is there any fire moves? Do-do-do-do-do. I'm not seeing any fire moves. Oh, fire! Hell's fire, where are the fire types? I don't see the fire. I'm going for Clang because I'm super effective against it with my Center Scorch, but we've gone for Tauros, which is also fine. We do have Altaria, in fairness, so it's not too bad. We could always aim for some science. But anyway, Bark. Anyway, Bark indeed. But anyway, when I was like really, I'd finished university and I was a bit less depressed from not being at university anymore, but I was still depressed, and I sort of tried looking for work for a few months, and even with my degree, I couldn't get anything, and I went to a doctor about depression. I just said, hey, I've been suffering with depression, and I kind of thought maybe once I got past university, which was like the instigator of my depression, maybe I'd be able to sort myself out. I've read like I had read like a self-help book and a self-help book or two or something, but I don't know, just wasn't doing it. And I had like I had like some sertraline, which is like an antidepressant, and I had that for like a few months. And I think between that and this book I read, Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy, that really helped me out. Like, I think the antidepressant kind of chemically got me into a headspace where I was able to take in the book better. But the book was just really, really interesting, and just kind of, I think I took more away from that book than I did the other books, in fairness. But I think maybe having that, like, chemical edge was what was able to kind of also help lift me out as well. So maybe it was a bit of a 1-2, like the, you know, the sertraline and the book. And the book was really amazing. But the thing is, it's a really chunky book. Like, it's a little book. It's about the same size as my book, or maybe even smaller, but it's chunky with like tiny text. And what happened was, I read the book and I loved it, but again, I think I was only able to get through it somewhere between desperation and having the edge taken off by the sertraline. I think if I was in the like deepest throes of my depression and anxiety, I just wouldn't have had the motivation to read this book. And yet it's a book that changed my life and really helped me out. But it was so chunky though, and I didn't think that at the time. When I read it, I was just like, oh, this is really helpful, this is really good, and I like kept reading it. But a year or so later, I was like, I wanna read the book again. I wanna, you know, like sort of top myself off, kind of remind myself of why I loved this book and what things it has to offer. And in fairness, this might have been a bit because I was in a better place and I didn't really need the book as much. But when I was reading it that second time, I did find it harder to... Nasty Plot's a little bit of an interesting one. Why do people say you need a degree if it doesn't get you anything? Very good question, Lily. The answer to that is basically because it used to. But the problem is people haven't adjusted to it. A lot of things in the world change around us, and we kind of don't always recognize the change until we like take a step back and are like, oh, wait, everything's different. So there are a lot of like very old anachronistic things where we still kind of think about the world in these ways, but in reality, you know, it's irrelevant now. I'll get back to that in a second. Well, actually, no. It's the I call it the my mum's cheesecake theory. I literally talked about this with my parents earlier. But again, forgive me for the people like Xander and Teresa who've probably heard me talk about my mum's cheesecake before. My mum is called Jane, right? Jane. Years and years ago, back when I was in England, I wanted to make her like a blueberry cheesecake. There was a blueberry cheesecake I made. I wanted to make one. I'd made it before. She was like, oh, this is really nice. So I was like, I'm going to make it again for her birthday. Because like her birthday kind of falls around like Mother's Day. I think they were kind of like the same weekend, that weekend or something like that. So I was like, I'm going to make her like a birthday / Mother's Day blueberry cheesecake. Unfortunately, we do want to keep Altaria. And I don't think... Tauros does have close combat, which is good for a Kartana. But, you feel like G-Max Pokemon are weak in DA? I would say they're pretty good. It's just sometimes that... Like, Center Scorch is really good, because it chips away damage every turn. I think we should go for Bronzong, because it's weak to fire. And because there's a scientist. I don't know who we'll want to go for afterwards. But I think we probably do want to go for the science. And Kieran could do the science. But anyway, my mum's cheesecake. I made this cheesecake. I wanted to write on the cheesecake in blueberries, like, happy birthday, Mum. However, blueberries are actually quite big. As someone who doesn't eat blueberries, I was like, oh, these are bigger than I pictured in my head. And not that many of them fit in a punnet. Like, you would need a lot of blueberries and a very, very, very big cheesecake to be able to write that. Blueberries are not tiny, the punnet didn't have that many blueberries, and the cheesecake was not that big. So all around, this was an unfeasible task. So okay, happy birthday, Mum. wasn't going to work. But then I was like, okay, I'll just write mum on the cheesecake out of blueberries. M-U-M. Nice and simple. But then the blueberries were still too big, and there still weren't enough of them. And I was like, ugh, okay, fine. I won't write happy birthday mum. I won't write mum. I'll just write M. So I was able to... Oh, guys, no. Bronzong has levitate. We've got to be using our max lightning. Very, very frightening me. Oh no, now he's using skill swap, but it failed. How funny. No, it's okay. Again, the game tells you it's super effective, and there are some Bronzongs for whom you can use ground moves, but not in this mode. So yeah. No, it's okay, Sky, don't worry, you're good. But basically, so, and then I'd put an M. So I put an M in blueberries, and I was proud, and I was like, it's not what I initially set out to do, but it'll do. And then it kind of like hit me, luckily, before I like served it to my mother, that if I gave my mum a cheesecake with a giant M on it, she would be confused. She would have no idea why. Because she would look at a cheesecake and see the letter M. But her name is Jane, which begins with a J. And I was like, oh, wait, hang on, this doesn't make any sense. Because in my head, I'm the guy who wanted to write happy birthday mum, and then M. It makes sense how I got to that point. However, to my mum, who knew none of the circumstances leading up to that final point, it would not make sense. So I had taken a very sort of logical series of steps to get to the point where I had put an M on my mum's cheesecake. But by that point, that didn't make sense. Scientist. Oh, unfortunately, though, Kieran's like the one person who can't switch. Well, and me. But as long as Sky or Kiba do, then this... Yeah, as long as Sky or Kiba science here, this is good. But yeah, so... But that's the thing, like, if I'd just given my mum an M for a cheesecake, she'd be like, is this like a Mario cheesecake or something? Like, you know, the letter M, you know, it just wouldn't have made sense. So, you guys can understand why I put an M on it, but as well, if you gave a person Jane a cheesecake with an M on it, it doesn't make sense. Oh, Lampant! Oh, that's actually really good. I'm going to go for a Bombi because we've got all these fire moves. And we're going to be very super effective against it. There is the Backpacker, which I pointed out earlier, so like this is also fine. I think Toxtricity could have been awkward. Sorry, I don't know why everyone's putting like M in blueberries, but it's quite funny. But yeah, but basically though, degrees are like a little bit of my mum's cheesecake, because it's kind of like they were useful and they were good, but then like, you know, I don't know, the internet came along and different types of work have come along and different skill sets have developed, and work and companies have just kind of been like paying their employees less and less, and lots of different other money making avenues have arrived. And so basically we've kind of just got to a point, much like how I got to the point where I wrote an M on a cheesecake, where degrees just don't do anything anymore. But it's because there are people who still have this memory at the very beginning of the story where they did. Like my uncle, for example, got a degree in like, it was like in like politics or political science or something like that. And then a toilet paper factory like headhunted him. They were like, oh, you've got a degree. Do you want to come work for us? And he worked there for like 30 years and he had a great career, a good salary, and now is like retired with a good pension. And because he got a degree. Whereas, like, I am, like, squatting on the floor in front of a television playing, like, my game at 480p instead of, like, on a laptop instead of a computer with my mathematics degree. And, like, working as a voice actor because I was able to make more money as a voice actor in America than I was, like, in the part of England that I was with a maths degree. So, it's a very funny old thing. Oh, I could have used like sort of mashed up blueberries or something like that, like a frosting. True, but at the same time, I would have had to have basically made like some kind of makeshift piping bag and had like perfect handwriting, and it probably wouldn't have. I could, like, the idea of that sounds wonderful, but I'd probably, again, in my head, I'd be like, happy birthday, Mum, and they'd be like, happy birthday, splorg, blag, Mum. So, I don't know. But I do like that idea, though. That is a nifty idea if I ever am feeling ambitious. I just don't know if I'm ever going to feel that ambitious. So, yeah. Are GCSEs useful? Basically, GCSEs and A-levels, they are important. Do take them seriously, because doing well in them is kind of... It requires a certain skill set to do well in them, and so it's good to develop the skill set required to do them. For those who don't know, GCSEs are like the exams you take when you're like 16 years old in the UK. So they're not like the same as the SATs, but they're kind of academically the equivalent of them. They're very different tests from the SATs, but kind of like, you know, but they're like, oh, this is the thing that you need to... Oh, crud! Ah, crud, this is why we should have gone for a Bombi. But at least this means I get to Gigantamax, so that's okay. So yeah, GCSEs are kind of like the, you know, academic equivalent of the SATs in that, like, where the SATs help you get into college, GCSEs help you get into sixth form school, which is kind of like the initial part of college. Like, college equals sixth form plus university. That's the trick. So basically, GCSEs are important in that you have to develop, like, you know, the ability to concentrate, and the ability to study, and the ability to memorize, and the ability to learn and understand. All of that is very important. In terms of the actual grades, no one is going to be asking your GCSE... Like, once you're at, like, university, no one's going to care what your GCSEs are. And just generally throughout your adult life, people are not going to care what your GCSE scores are. In terms of actual, like, functionality and qualifications and stuff, maybe GCSEs could help you get a job if you get a job at, like, 16 years old. But for the most part, though, GCSEs are... Their main use is just helping you get to the next step. So they are just like a stepping stone, basically. Like, the main usefulness of GCSEs is to help you get your A-levels. And I mean, now there's a bit of a thing where, like, A-levels aren't, like, mandatory, but, like, people have to stay at school or do a trade until they're 18. So things are a bit different. Like, when I was at, like, 16 to 18, it wasn't, like, legally mandated that you had to still be doing something at the age of, like, 17 and 18. People could just drop out of school at 16. Jupiter, if your dad were here, he would have, I would have tickled him pink. He loves maths. Yeah, it's ironic he has a degree in chemical science. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. We learn words that we never use. Yes, true. That is true. But again, sometimes like, education for education's sake can actually be a good thing, because then the education for education's sake can then help you with your education in the things you're actually passionate about and care about. So before 2016, the SAT vocab section was a nightmare because there's a lot of words that we don't use every day in English. Oh, really? I just want to check I didn't miss anything. Because I know I did miss some stuff here. Leaf blade. Oh no, the leaf blade. Oh no, the leaf blade. Here's the boost. The boost. Why drop out of school at age 16? Because if you're not very, like, academically... Again, there's a difference between being clever and being academic, or being, like, academically inclined. So some people just aren't really cut out for school, and so it's just not really worth them pursuing, like, a sixth form education or a university education. I'm going to catch this. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Well done, everyone. And there can be some jobs where you just don't really need a trade or anything to do them, and you can kind of just get to work right away. There could be some people who, you know, I mean, look at, like, actors and stuff like that. You know, there could be some people who they are, like, successful child actors, and by the time they get to age 16, they just don't really need to do the whole school thing anymore. There might just be some professions where you just don't really need qualifications, and you can kind of just get going right away, you know. Different people are wired differently, and so, I don't know, different strokes are different folks, really. But school can help you with your dream job. Well, if your dream job requires it, then yes. But I mean, look at my job, though. You know, I got a maths degree, and yet I don't use it for what I do. And what I basically could have dropped out when I was 16 myself. The idea of that, my parents would have slapped me up the back of my head, but like, but nevertheless, though, you know, I don't need any qualifications for this job. You know, maybe I could have, like, gone to an acting school or something. Kiba, what did you get? What did you get? Did you get Tenchi's Choice of some kind? But anyway, I'm going to check through mine whilst we wait for Kiba. So Tauros is a no. Bronzong, you can't spell Bronzong without no. Kiba got Katana! Yes, the silver thingy Katana! Bufalon is not shiny, I don't think. But right, will I get a silver thingy Katana? No, but Kiba did, so that's awesome. Kiba, congrats! Congrats! No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Let's just check what we got here. That is like a careful nature. Oh, there it is! The lax-natured Bronzong. There's always one, except for those first two rounds. No, for the second round we had a dupe, though. First round we didn't have anything. Second round we had a dupe. This round we had lax. And then there's that's Sassy. Sassy Bull. Hang on, I gotta take a picture of that for Kira. And then there we go. And then we got Let's Not Be Too Hasty for Kartana. So there we go. Kiba is clearly going to be the winner of this stream. Teachers told you that you needed GCSE to do music. Well, I mean, if you're pursuing music at some kind of higher level, like music at sixth form, music at university, then yes. But obviously to just, like, play instruments or teach other people how to play instruments or what, like, you know, there's not really a qualification for that as long as you can do it. Music, like, the arts are kind of like the one place where you really don't need, like, a official qualification. Karen, we said GCSEs are exams. Sorry, we did say multiple times. They are exams. They're school exams that you take at 16 years old in the UK, and they're, like, equivalent to the SATs. Sorry, we did say that. Sorry. Okay. But anyway, sorry. But hang on, I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. What Pokemon do I want? Actually, which one of these do I want? I guess I'll go with this. We got two balls as well. I'm gonna go for a girl Bufalon, because why not? Okay. Okay, I am going to... I'll be right back. I just need to fill up my water bottle, okay? So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we'll figure out the wild cards, okay? And we're back with people who look like things. Also, hang on. I just want to... Hang on. Where was... There was a comment... Oh, maybe Kieran got... Okay. Oh, what is... Okay, so you said what is GCSE? Yeah, okay. And then Keeper said maybe you were asking about what it stands for. But basically, sorry, so if that was what you're getting at, I do apologize. But yeah, no. As for what it stands for, I actually have no idea. I don't know if I ever knew. Maybe it's like generalized, standardized curriculum education. I literally have no idea. No, hang on. Generalized curriculum, standard education, or something. I think the E is for like education or something, but... and maybe the S is like standard or something like that. But I actually don't know. Feel free to Google it. But yeah, no one's dumb or anything. It's just one of those things where like I'd said about it, and then we've been talking about like tests and exams and stuff and qualifications, like for the minutes afterwards or whatever. So, so sorry, I was just being like, we've like been talking about it. Would you like us to keep the katana? Yes, there we go. Okay. That's it. General Certificate of Secondary Education. That's the one. Of course. Sorry, it's because the C certificate. Oh yeah, that's it. That's thing. No one ever like calls it that though. Like everyone does just call it GCSE. So I forgot. It's been a long time. That's the one. So it's you. It's not you. Again, I want to make this clear because, like I said, it's not that it's useless. Like the actual like qualification, in terms of a qualification, in terms of a piece of paper, in terms of a by which people it is going to quote unquote get you somewhere in life. Not really. Like again, very quickly, people are gonna not care what your GCSEs are. I had 3 A stars. 8 A's and 3 B's or something like that. Now I can't even remember. Or was it 11? Was it like was it 311-3 or was it 383? I can't remember. Oh no, was it no? Or was it 5? Was it like 3 A stars, 5 A's, and 3 B's? I'll have to think it through. I had something. I had like 3 A stars, 3 B's, and the rest of mine were A's. And I think it was either like 5 or 8 or something like that. Can't remember. It might have been 5 actually. It might have been like 353, which was like 11 total. Can't remember. The point is that so it's important to try for them and do well in them because at the time they can open some doors for you. But it also does depend on what you want to do in your life. Is the thing. Like if your next step is one where there were people who like just I know who like didn't try at all in their GCSEs because they already had the next phase of their life lined up basically. Like, you know, they already like had some kind of business that they were going to work in and they didn't need like any particular results to get it or whatever. They already were like lined up and everything. There were people who, you know, as soon as they turned 16, they stopped going to... And, like, when they turned 16, that meant they didn't have to legally go to school anymore. So they just stopped. Because it's like, well, I don't legally need to be there anymore. So... And I've already got, like, work lined up afterwards. So I'm just going to go do that. So it's not that it's useless. It's just their value is not as much as they don't hold the hugest amount of value, but that doesn't mean they're useless. Like, you still want to try in them because the education and the skills you develop doing them is very important. But it's basically like people will sort of say, oh, they're so important. Like, it's important to like get the best results in them and stuff, and they're such an important qualification, and their value as a qualification is not really actually that high, but it is important to try for them and to try to do well in them. That's the key difference. If you don't do well in them, it's not the end of the world, but you should try to do well in them, because it sets a precedent for like the rest of your life. Like, if you don't have the attitude at like 16 to, you know, to at least try to do well in your GCSEs, it means you're going to struggle in like the rest of your life, because you do need to like try throughout life. There are a couple of people who really are just like the living embodiment of the SpongeBob, you know, pull the magic conch, do nothing, we're gonna drop the load, like, you know, there are those people, but for the most part you do need to try in this world. So right, anyway, Bark, what is moment to moment commentary? Basically talking about things as they happen, which ironically, not that that's what you did there, but it's just like after a post about like talking about things as they happen, you talked about something as it happened. No, with the scepters, no, it basically just means if you're doing a separate Dynamax adventure, don't be like, I just used flamethrower on the enemy, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna blah blah blah. Oh, this thing just happened, because that's just not very helpful and it fills up my chat. Okay, right, chat. Oh, hang on, I did the wrong... I'll do the right thing in a sec. So chat, here are my... because we do need to hurry up now, because we're running really late here. Let's try and figure out our next two adventures, okay? So we've got Tapu Bulu, Nihilego, Boswell, Celesteela, Guzzlord, and or Stack Attacker. Who has any of those tickets? But yeah, basically, Lily, it's just a way to not to confuse people. Like, if other people are doing other Dynamax adventures outside of the one happening on the screen right now, I just don't want people to talk about it too much, because it can be very confusing. That's the long and the story short of it. Right, let's try and figure out our next teams. Okay, so okay, that's actually helpful to know you can do all of them. And then you have Boswell, we have the Nihilego, we have Guzzlord, we have the Celesteela and the Tapu Bulu. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could do Boswell then again. Why don't we just go for a Buzzwole now quickly? And then... let me just figure out something here. Can all of you do Guzzlord? Or is there anyone who can't do Guzzlord? Because if all of you can do Guzzlord, I might, if this is okay, Sky, ask you to sit aside, just because if we could do like Buzzwole and Guzzlord, that would just be like really helpful, I think. But I'm thinking if we did like Buzzwole and Guzzlord, so if we had like Fet, Kier, and Kiba, if we had like Fet, Kier, and Kiba for Buzzwole, and then we could have Sky host a Guzzlord, and then we can just figure out who's doing that Guzzlord in like 20 minutes. But that's only if Sky is around, and if Sky isn't around in 20 minutes, then maybe we need to like, you know, figure something else out. But if Sky is good, like doing a Guzzlord in 20 minutes, but not being in like Team 4, then that would be helpful. But we'll just wait and see if that's okay with Sky. And then we'll... Okay, thank you, Sky. I really do appreciate that. So, Fett, why don't you get a Buzzwole going? This is going to be Fett, and then Kieran and Akiba, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'll say, anything goes. And Kieran and Kiba, you shall too. And then Fett is going to give us a code. And in 20 minutes, Sky is going to give us another code. Hopefully, we'll be nice and quick here. Buzzwole. I'm going to do all my spiel and stuff now. Buzzwole is like a Heracross. It's bug and fighting. It's very weak to flying, but it's also weak to Fury, as well as fire and psychic. I would say in that order. Like flying, Fury, and then fire and psychic. Best to worst. And then, once that is all... okay, or whatever. And try and hit it on the special side rather than the physical side, if possible. Yes, Fett, you're hosting Buzzwole now, and then Skywatcher is hosting Guzzlord in 20 minutes. So we need a code from you now, and this is going to be you, Kieran, and Kiba, but with you hosting. So you're going to give a code, and then Kieran and Kiba are going to type it as well. Okay, 111112 Lewis. There we go. Hopefully I just typed that right. So 1112 and then 0000. And then we should be. Oh, okay. Fair. I don't know if we've really said this. Okay. I don't know if we've really said this, so I'll say this for good measure, just in case. Please don't ever type the code... Well, you said fat fingers, so maybe you typed it accidentally. But, I wouldn't even, like, type the code. Well, we do sort of say, like, oh, type the code in one thing, type the code in the other, and then, you know, send and send. But, yeah. Oh, you press quit on accident. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, no, never mind. I was just gonna say, but yeah, you do know this. I think we have said this, but yeah. But for anyone who's watching, and if you've never hosted, the thing we do is we always say, please don't like put your code in the chat until you have hit invite others. But with Fett accidentally cancelled it. So, okay, here we go. So let's try this again. Anything goes. And yeah, it's a Fairly Odd Parents quote. It's a Fairly Odd Parents reference. Okay, there we go. Evan Almighty, which my mum preferred to Bruce Almighty. I think I still prefer Bruce Almighty. Does anyone want to get into a hot debate in the chat? Or in the comments, sorry. But yeah, it's just Fairly Odd Parents. And it's funny, actually, because J-Rose, like my favorite YouTuber, he did a Clefairy only run in Pokemon Red and Blue, and he like did a Mr. Crocker reference. So that was funny. Right, anyway, we did the Buzzwole spiel. Let's do this because we're already running late. But he began with it. I thought he was going to talk like it for like the whole video, but he only did a bit. Okay. So... Dark types are bad against bug and fighting. Oh, one thing I suppose I should add about, like, Buzzwole is, like, ghost poison... It's like ghost poison, flying, and fury are all double resistant to both. It's such a weird... It's such a weird, like, typing. I know I'm going for Pukumuku when I should go for Jinx, but we're getting all these dark types, man. So... Okay, there's a... Dedenne on the right is a... Fury! So we could go right for Dedenne. And then we've got Armaldo and Tentacruel, poison resists. Oh gosh. And then there is Combuskin at the end. Oh, and there is a Alolan Raichu. Oh, we could go for a Alolan Raichu. Get a chance at a shiny Alolan Raichu. Maybe? I don't know. Because Jinx doesn't actually have a psychic move. So maybe we could aim for, like... Maybe we could aim for either this or the Raichu to be the 4th place Pokemon. And then afterwards we can work it out from... Okay, we need to get rid of Morpeko. It'd be good to get rid of Pyukumuku. And then... Why did I pick Pyukumuku? I think I was just hoping I could get a max Knuckle in or something. Maybe I should switch first, just because... Do we really want, like, a Pyukumuku for, like, 4 rounds? I don't think we do. Oh, crud. Oh, come on! Ooh, well done, Pyukumuku. Oh, dear. I think I was hoping I'd be able to use counter against something. Ice Beam. More like an Ice Beam. Right, there's the Toxic. Oh, we didn't Dynamax! Oh, crud! Okay. 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 Oh, and the audio went. Sorry, I think I killed the audio. Oh, and it's getting laggy. Woohoo. Right. Select your move and the Dynamax, and then grab your snacks. Maybe we need to make a shortcut for that. Well, yeah, but you don't need to hear. We always turn 1 Dynamax here at Beauvo Games. You never need to hear it, because we know it inherently in our souls. Okay, there's the Max Mindstorm. Okay, okay, here's my theory. Okay, here's my theory, my game theory. Maybe Fett could switch for the Dedenne, because we're gonna want to get rid of Morpeko at some point. And then... I don't 100% know what we want to do afterwards. Oh, Dedenne, oh, that's so close. I'm just going to Venom Drench again. Okay, Ice Fang, more like an Ice Fang. Okay, so we're going to catch Dedenne. We want to catch everything. You don't have to keep him, but always catch him. Ash catch him. Okay, well, in addition to we always want to catch him, Ash catch him, we always want to turn 1 Dynamax. Unless we have a discussion about not doing so otherwise, we always want to turn 1 Dynamax, because it's really important to our like structure and team layout and everything like that. We kind of rely on the 4th player being able to Dynamax, and now we like don't have that, so we're gonna have to like think on the fly now. Okay, so Morpeko is switching here. That means I'm Dynamaxing next with the Pyukumuku, and I don't know who Stampy Longhead is. Okay, let's see. We've got Tentacruel. Oh, gosh. And then we want to do the Combuskin, don't we? Which means we have to go for the Tentacruel. Okay. Oh, gosh. Da-da-da. 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 Okay. I'm just trying to think. Do we want to switch for Tentacruel and Combuskin? Or do we want to just switch for the Combuskin? Or just switch for, like, one of them? Because basically, Jinx is, like... Here's the thing. Jinx is weak to... Jinx is weak to Tentacruel. But... Sorry, Jinx is weak to Buzzwole. I'll get there in a second. Sorry, I'm very thrown off. Jinx is weak to Buzzwole. And it's Draining Kiss is super effective against Buzzwole. However, Draining Kiss is a weak move that doesn't have stab. And so I'm thinking, Abraham Lincoln, that maybe we might want to switch. Although I have a different theory. I'm wondering if Jinx should switch to Tentacruel and I switch for Combuskin. Jinx is weak to Combuskin too. And it is like quadruple weak, isn't it? Because that's kind of what I was thinking. Pyukumuku could survive Combuskin, but like Jinx can't. So, oh wait, Alolan Raichu. I think I'm kind of thinking maybe we should go for the Combuskin, because Raichu is technically weak to Buzzwole, whereas like Combuskin is less weak to it. And I think just because our Dynamax is a bit messed up and stuff. Like, I think maybe we should get rid of Jinx for Tentacruel, and then I, as Pyukumuku, switch for Combuskin. That's my theory, my game theory. We could go for the Raichu. But it's just the Tentacruel. Ah, Crudmax. Ooze. Watch out for the ooze. The ooze. Oh, gosh. That was so powerful. Oh, Kiba got disconnected again? No. No. Like twice in a day. And we had that other round though where it worked out fine. So that's very weird. Okay, we need to finish this off, but oh, sorry. I thought I'd pressed the button. 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Oh, it's feeble. Right, Psyshock. Oh, hang on. If we had a disconnect... if we had a disconnect, that's going to affect how we choose things, isn't it? That means the NPC has Jinx. Okay. Basically, if Fet doesn't choose, like, if Fet says, like, no to the switch very quickly here, maybe, then we could see if the computer switches, and then I could switch if the computer doesn't. So if Fet says no really quickly here, if Fet is like, no! Fet, quickly, say no, Fet. Fet, say no. Fet, say no. Fet, say no. Fet, say no. Yes, okay. Okay, so computer is going for the Tentacruel. Let's let the computer take it then. Nicely done, Fet, by the way. Very nicely done. Because if Catherine, seriously, very nice work, Fet. I think we should do Combuskin. I'm sorry, I'm picking Combuskin. I really wanted to do the Raichu at the beginning, but I just think the Combuskin is going to be easier for us to beat. Because the Tentacruel, although it could use like Sword Stance or some nonsense like that, if it uses Hydro Pump or Water Pulse, we'll be good here. Well done, Kieran, for as well knowing that it was like, you know, Kiba who had Jinx and that it was the computer who was gonna switch to Jinx. Because I was thinking, oh, hang on, computer, who does computer have? And then I looked down and then you said it was like the Jinx, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with the Toxic. So our Dynamax is gonna be really messed up with this, isn't it? Right, Psyshock, nice. Oh, okay, we do want to be careful about, like, lowering our own health, unless it's, like, against a boss fight. We don't really need to play it that safe against a Combuskin. Particularly one that misses with Focus Blast. Because remember, unless if there are berries after this, then it's not a problem. But if there aren't berries after this, like just lowering our health unnecessarily, well, not unnecessarily, but you have to really weigh up the cost of that health, and a Dedenne isn't really that much at risk to a Combuskin. Okay. I'm just having more water. Okay. So here's the Psyshock, Kadoosh. That Kadabra is so powerful. Kieran, you are like winning this for us very much so. Like just like generally this entire Dynamax. Okay. There's the Theory move. Nice. We just need like a Water Pulse here. That's all we need. We just need... Okay, Hydro Pump. All that. There we go. Did it use a Sword Stance and then a Hydro Pump? The clone was destroyed. Okay. So I'm going to switch now, and then this is pretty good, because we'll have Dedenne, Kadabra, Combuskin, and Tentacruel. And that's pretty good. For a Buzzwole, I would say that's pretty good. Oh, it has a special attack nature? Dang. Okay, so I am gonna switch a do 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 ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do do. And then this way we have a pretty solid team. Okay, yeah, no berries. So Dedenne is a bit less health, which is a little bit scary, but it does resist fighting and bug, so hopefully this is not too bad. Okay, here's Buzzwole. Good luck, everyone, and especially Catherine. Okay, so let's do this thing. Oh, I can't Dynamax, but Kadabra can. Yes. Okay. This is good then. This is good. This is good. Ooh, Avatar. Very good. The rainbow eyes do look really good in this game. I hate when people talk about the customization of the characters as if X and Y is the only game that did it and did it really well. It's like, no, this game is like pretty much on par with Pokemon X and Y for being able to like customize your character. It's like Sun and Moon was the one that kind of took a bit of a back step by only having certain colors in certain games. You can get both sets of colors in both games, but it's just awkward. It requires like the Festival Plaza. Ooh, half health. Okay, it's getting desperate already. It uses Dynamic Punch, more like a Dynamic Lunge. And then there's the Lunge, more like a Plunge. Okay, is that going to be attack down? But the nature's awful, so that's fine. Fire Pledge, more like Over the Hedge. Okay, so I think basically we are pretty much done and dusted, Kippers and Custard. Team 4, well done. Very nice work, everyone. Very nice indeed. So let's catch this. You want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. And very nice work, everyone. Very nice work indeed. So, yes, and thank you for the stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Do get those emojis in. Kiba did not get shiny in the alternate universe, but you did just get Kartana, so at least there's that. Dedenne is a no, Tentacruel is a no, Combuskin is a no. Will we get the Mario and Luigi Super Swirl Saga? No! Do you want to know what was funny? This morning on my Instagram, I had a video where someone ripped the audio from that episode of Pokemon, but they had like done their own animation for it. So they had like animated their own like Jesse, James, and Meowth, and but then with the audio of like I am the flaming Moltres, and it's pretty funny. Okay, so let's check. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. Let's see though. Dedenne has attack up, defense down. Okay, that's interesting. A Tentacruel. There it is! The gentle Tentacruel. It's a gentler cruel. Gentle or cruel. And there's the neutral Combuskin, and there's the Buzzwole. A jolly Buzzwole. That's actually not bad. But we don't have time for that. We have to go for the neutral Combuskin. Because it's like the best thing here. Right, Skywatcher, are you available for a Guzzlord? And then here we go. Oh dear, it looks as though somethinging the something. Nope, game, that's just me living my life. Gentle and cruel. I know, it's great, I love it. Okay, hang on, I need to put my phone. Okay. So hang on, I'm gonna... Okay, so just checking the numbers and stuff like that. So we should definitely have... We should definitely... So Sky needs to be in this next one. And then basically we have like... Kind of like a sort of... I'm going to say a three-way tie between Kiba, Kieran, and Fett. Is there anyone who would like to do a Guzzlord, who can do a Guzzlord, and is around and available to do a Guzzlord outside of Kieran, Kiba, and Fett? I'm gonna give you guys like, I don't know, I'm gonna give you like 15 seconds, and then if there's no one else, we'll do the Nightbot random unselection game, because maybe we'll just choose whoever's not playing. But I'm just giving a moment in case like a late Shibertooth comes in or something like that. I'm actually trying to think though. Maybe what we could do though, I need to look into this. I need to see what kind of works or is fairer with the Nightbot random selection game, because maybe the odds are a bit... I want to find out what has better odds individually for someone. Whether there is a difference between just flat out choosing a person to not be in the adventure, or the odds of someone being in it. But I don't know. And the thing is, it probably is just the same, but maybe though. But if there's basically a way to kind of change the number, where like the numbers kind of work out better, because basically here's the thing: if I do a Nightbot random selection game where it's like, okay, like the loser does not get to play, or the person who is picked doesn't get to play, that's just like a 1 in 3 chance, right? But if we said, okay, you have to not get picked twice, the problem is Nightbot can pick something like twice in a row, and then that doesn't work, and then, you know, but otherwise though, it kind of means you have to not get picked twice, so like a 1 in 3 and then a 1 in 2 or something like that. But that isn't really strictly correct, because you need to not have the same number twice. So anyway, Bark. Right, okay, I'm gonna call it there then. So this isn't gonna be the Nightbot random selection game. This is gonna be the Nightbot. Although one thing I will say is, if Kiba is having all these connection issues, It could almost be fairer to have Kieran and Fet, but we'll see what happens, okay? So let's go. Okay, number 1 is Kiba, who I put Kuba. Number 1 is Kiba, number 2 is Kieran, number 3 is Fet. This is going to be the Nightbot random... hang on, what do I call it when it's the bad one? It's the Nightbot random unlucky game or whatever. This is going to be... So basically, whoever Nightbot picks here is not going to be playing, okay? So if Nightbot says your name here, you will not be playing, okay? So don't get excited if you see your name. You're hoping to not see your name. If number 1 is picked, that means Kiba is not playing. Oh, the Nightbot negative selection game, that's it. I was like, wait, why am I blanking on this? It's my own theme song. Kiba, because yeah, it's 4 o'clock, so we do need to hurry up, okay? We're really running late today. I don't know how we're running so late, but we are running really late. So here we go. The unlucky loser is Fet. So Kiba and Kieran and Skype, come on down. Do clowns. Okay. So here we go. We're going to connect to the Wycom. We're going to connect to the internet. Sky, could you please give us a Guzzlord code? I said to you probably like half an hour ago, like, can you wait 20 minutes? And it's probably been way longer than 20 minutes. Hopefully it hasn't, but probably has. So anyway, let's do this thing. 0615 and then 0655. I like it. So here we go. Hopefully I'll be in very quickly. Yeah, 4 seconds later, baby. And look, we're like in less than 20 seconds after Sky had done it. See you. Fet, you're going to say goodbye. Okay, thank you very much, Fet. We will see you another time. And then Teresa, sadly your phone's about to die. No. But Teresa, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy Guardians of Azuma. And everything. I don't know. And yeah, just hopefully see you around. It's been nice seeing you a bunch lately. Bye, Fet. Bye, Teresa. And then there's probably just like Xander, Kieran, Sky, and Kiba now, I'm assuming, watching. So this is... what are we doing? Guzzlord, right? What's good against a Guzzlord? None of these Pokemon. But I am going to go for Heatmore, because Heatmore does have Fire Lash. Fairy is good, but then so is Dragon, Ice, Fighting, and Bug. The rest of these are terrible, though. If you haven't already, like the video, because I don't think I've said that at all today. Oh, dear. The strike streams. The slow death of the strike streams. Oh, yeah, I do need to say something different in the intro, don't I? But anyway. Ah, crud. Hang on. Ooh. Right, here we go. Oh, no, I'm missing everything. Hang on. Ah, crud, I didn't see. So I felt like a hair growing out my ear. Let's see. We've got Lantern and Magmar. Oh, there's a Piloswine. Okay, Piloswine is there. That's pretty good. Oh, Miltank does have Play Rough. I will just say that. We actually might want to go for the Miltank because of Play Rough. As weird as that sounds. So I'm tempted to go to the left, And there is... Oh, so I think... Did I say land? I might have said, like... I might have said... I might have said Chinchou. But I... And I didn't even mean Lantern, because it's a Whiscash. Okay, anyway. This path is brutal. It is, isn't it? Like, for a Guzzlord, for all the things we said, like Dragon... Like, Fairy, Dragon, Ice, Fighting, and Bug... I really did not see a whole lot of that. I'm just gonna tell you. I tell you what, I'm gonna try and set up a sunny day in the hopes of doing a solar beam. Because if I can get off one, if it doesn't use a max geyser, as long as you don't use a max geyser, if you use a max darkness, we should have coordinated this better, shouldn't we? There was a Poliwrath at the end. Which, and it's a shame we can't get Miltank and Poliwrath. I did see the Poliwrath, and I did think about it, but I almost think having Miltank could be better. Which is weird. I never thought I'd be advocating for a Miltank. Tenchi! Hello! You used a max Wormwind. Oh, yes! You legend! Although I will just say, a max Darkness could be better just to lower the... 1, it's stab, and 2, it lowers special attack. Or special defense, sorry, so that our special attacks do more. But okay, that's cool, though. As long as we didn't set up the rain in Spain, mostly on the plains. Oh, it's using bounce! No! Don't paralyze me. Okay. Oh, I'm slower. I don't like that. I don't like that I'm slower. Okay. If I can just get one solar beam in, one solar beam, then like we'll win. Probably should have just gone for a Fire Lash, but anyway, Tenchi, hi, happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, middle of June edition of whatever the heck this is. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Right, special defense down, throat chop, nice, very good. And then Psychic Fangs, also very good. Zen Headbutt. No. Don't you dare, though. Don't you dare, though. Solar Beam, yes! I'm so afraid that was going to flinch. I've survived, like, a paralysis chance and a flinch chance. This is wild. Here's the Solar Beam! Yes! All right, thank goodness. Whiscash. Does Whiscash have anything? It's got Zen Headbutt, Bounce, Belch, and... Muddy Water, so no, not really. So no, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, we only use Belch if Kevin's here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I don't think we want this. I think we want to go for the Miltank, and we want to get rid of the Linoon for the Miltank, and then for Manectric, we'll figure... Oh, there's a scientist behind the Miltank! Oh, yes! Okay, here's my theory. My game theory. Let's go for the Miltank because of the Playrough, right? Because Piloswine isn't a very good ice type. Let's switch Linoon for the Miltank, and then Kieran can science the science. And then, if Kieran wants to science the science, this then works out really, really well. Because if it's good, that can then inform who we go against. And if it's not good, then we just go against the Amoonguss. Okay, I'm going to Dynamax. I'm going to overheat. We're going to set up the sun and have some fun on a bun. And then we should be good. I think this is like the first time... I think this is like the first time in 10.5 months where we have gone for a Miltank, like for its moves. Like, whenever we've gone against a Miltank, it's just because it's been, like, the easiest of the 3 options or something, or because, like, we want the shiny of it. But we've never gone for a Miltank, because I don't think we've ever gone for a Miltank saying, oh, guys, it has Play Rough, let's go for Miltank. I don't think we've ever done that before. I don't think we've ever picked it, because it's, like, got a fairy move. Fairy! Like, we face them, you know, reasonably often enough, but, oh, there's your burnt beef. Well done, steak. But, like, I don't think that we normally... I think we just always pick it because it's like, oh, the other Pokemon are more awkward, and because Miltank's a normal type, it's just like a very neutral opponent. But... Oh, Jade! Hello! Welcome, welcome! Is this the last DA? I'm afraid it is. We're already, like, running really late today. Oh, the Lightning Rod! That's actually pretty nifty. So, yeah, unfortunately... We haven't had a big turnout today, unfortunately. Maybe because it's, like, Father's Day. Who knows? But yeah, this is if like Jade and Tenchi are here and are like, oh, I would have done a Dynamax adventure. It's like, why wasn't everyone here earlier? But yeah. Okay, we're getting pretty close here. I'm going to use one more for good measure. We would have. Well, you were too late, Tenchi. You were late with the cookies and you're late for... No, I'm kidding. No, well done, everyone. So let's catch the big moo-moo. Will Miltank be in the next update for Mario Kart World? Let's find out. I also think, even though I don't have a Switch 2, I highly suspect that Mario Kart World is going to have, like, a rollout of content for it. It wouldn't surprise me if they, like, added some characters and game modes and stuff. Like, they didn't put 200cc in it. It wouldn't surprise me if they updated the Grand Prix so they have a more, like, classic version of it. Oh, yeah, so, Kiba. Well done, well remembered, because I did not remind anyone. Tenchi, you're sorry. No, it's okay. And also, I just want to make... I know you know I'm joking, but, like, you know. But and then Kieran. Do I really have to tell Kieran to science? I have to tell Kieran to not science. Okay. Come on, Fairy. Oh, Dragonet. Okay, that's actually not bad. I still think we should go for the Amoonguss. Because we've got a lot of things super effective against it, sort of. Basically, we're marginally better against Amoonguss than Metang. And we can lower Amoonguss's stats, whereas I cannot lower Metang's stats. So a Sharpedo uses Assurance, because it's stab and it's good. And then if I use Fire Lash, those two will help each other out. If Miltank just uses, like, Mega Kick, and we'll hope for the 70% chance of a hit. And then if we Dynamax with our Dragonair, and we can use some ice moves, more like a nice move, then that'll work as well. And I think, like, with all that put together, I think that'll work in theory, in game theory. Oh! In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you can download a Incineroar at the moment, but because my room is all different and laid out differently, I have not thought twice about changing the game in my cartridge. So I need to remember after this to get the Incineroar. It's Wolfie's Incineroar. For those who know Wolfie, it's very funny that they've got Wolfie's Incineroar. I will say that. Oh, for Guzzlord, should you use Scale Shot? The answer I would say is, so for Sharpedo, I would say yeah. And then Dragonair has Breaking Swipe, doesn't it? So I would say if you used Scale Shot and Dragonair used Breaking Swipe, that would be really, really good. Because basically, it's like you would be lowering your defense, but then Dragonair would be lowering its attack. And so basically it balances out that way, so you don't need to worry about, like, the, you know, normally with Scale Shot there's that sense of, like, risk and reward, but when we have a Dragonair using Breaking Swipe, then we don't need to worry about that. So good question. I like the hustle. But yeah, I think you'll be fine to do it. I mean, Sharpedo's kind of frail anyway, but... Okay. I'm just going to keep using Fire Lash, because we're lowering its defenses, and we're doing more and 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 more damage. And then we should be good, basically. No, yeah. The thing is, for the love of Nelly. Oh, for the double love of Nelly. So, oh gosh, we need this to, like, be a crit right here. Okay, I don't think that was a crit. And if that was a crit, I will weep. Right, Fire Lash. Oh, come on. But the hail! The hail! The hail's gonna save us, right? Right? No! No, wait! Fire Lash has physical contact! I didn't know that! Wait, since when? Since when? Since when? No, this just keeps getting worse. You know, I was almost tempted to use Overheat, but I was like, no, I've, like, lowered its defense. I wanna Like, what? I didn't think Fire Lash, like, made physical contact. I always thought it was just, like, a physical action. No. At least I'm not paralyzed anymore, right? Yeah, you take that, Amoonguss. Okay. But that's okay, though. Not a flawless victory, but it's okay, though. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, so I'm going to get the Wolfie Incineroar after this, but I have to remember to actually, like, download it. So I'm just grabbing my boxes for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet out from like my Switch, so I remember because if I see them on the floor, I'm gonna be like, why are those there? And I'm like, oh, the Incineroar. I want to get the Incineroar. Right, Amoonguss. You could have switched if you wanted, Sky, just for the sake of, I don't know, like you could have used Rage Powder or something, but I weep for the departed Heatmore 07. I love it. But yeah. May die soon anyway, so the defense drop won't matter. Exactly. That's the spirit. Okay. We'll trigger that beast boost, don't you worry. Right, here's Guzzlord, and its many mouths. Right, Heatmore, do your thing. Miltank, for the love of Nelly, please Dynamax and use Max Starfall. Okay. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. And not here we bow, just a good old-fashioned here we go. Ooh, there we go. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted, thinking about what I'm going to do after this stream. This very long stream. Finally, for the first time in a while, Kiba has the power. Okay. Right, do it, Moo. Here's the Max Starfall. Of course, now we can. Oh my god, that did nothing. That was a ×4 super effect. Okay, this is why we don't aim for the Miltank. Apparently, that did nothing. That was ×4 super effective, and that did nothing. Nothing. Miltank is fast, so it doesn't surprise me. It's the... Oh, wait, no, yeah. Oh, but Sharpedo's paralyzed, though. That's why. I was like, oh, yeah, Miltank's pretty fast. It's like, oh, right, it shouldn't be faster than Sharpedo, but Sharpedo's paralyzed, so... but yeah, Miltank is a really fast Pokemon. It's like base speed 100, I think. I think it might even be faster than that, but I think it is just 100. Wow, this Dragon Scale Shot is doing a lot. 5 hits. Wow. Right, speed up. Oh, here's the Mega Punch. More like a Mega Lunch. Breaking Swipe did lower the damage, though, so thank you for the Breaking Swipe. Right, here's the Fire Lash. So we will do more this time. Okay, Scale Shot, Starfall, Breaking Swipe. We're all going to do more damage this time. So don't be off-put by the fact that we only did, like, about a third of the health. We should, you know, do much better this turn compared to... okay, yeah, thank you for the others. I am utterly grateful. Right, here we go. Okay, that one did a bit, but that's the kind of amount I was expecting on the first turn. Oh, the Scale Shot missed this 2v in front of you. Okay, that still did nothing. Oh my gosh. Okay, at least the attack is down. Okay, and it is getting desperate, so it is going to start using generative AI. Okay, there's the defense down. Oh, Dragon Rush! But it missed! But it's funny, because in the terrain, it wouldn't do much damage, so... But yeah, this thing's doing nothing. Oh, there goes my defense. Blurminack. Right, here's the speed boost. Here we go. Come on, everyone. We're so close to the end now of this very, very, very long stream. We're against a ×4 super effective Pokemon, which we should always be, like, 2-turning. But this path has been so terrible that we're relying on giant udders to save us. And they are not saving us. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Right, defense fell. And then speed boost up. And then here's the Max Starfall. Shield! Yes! Team 5, I feel alive! Unlike that Guzzlord. Oh my gosh. Well, Metaman JTV would not approve. No, he would not. And in fairness, I don't blame him, because this Miltank strategy was a terrible one. Right, but seriously, Team 5 though, any sort of, frustrations with that final Dynamax adventure were like not to do with you guys. You guys did really, really well. I just want to emphasize that. And we did just beat a dragon. So, but it's just that was such a poor path. Like, that was rubbish. But we played really well in spite of it, and we did win. So let's see what we've got. A Whiscash, which I think looks normal. Will we get the Blue Moo? Oh, it's strawberry. And I love strawberry, but not in this instance. Will we get the purple Amoonguss? No. Okay. Last one of the day. Today this is my last chance, okay? If I do not get a shiny here, it officially means I will be in the beginnings of a legendary shiny trout. Not just a ticket shiny trout. Not just a, not wild card. Well, no, I mean, we're definitely not in like a wild card shiny trout, but not just we've kind of been in a like one of my tickets drought, but now we will actually be an official shiny legendary drought if this is not an orange creamsicle Guzzlord. No, it's a regular Guzzlord. Dang. Oh, it's a modest Miltank, you say. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Oh, okay. Attack up, special defense, so that's like naughty. Everybody's naughty. Modest Miltank, the aforementioned modest Miltank. Oh, a lonely Amoonguss. Because his partner's already been evacuated. Ejected. I'm so glad I didn't mash those two words together. And a neutral. Is it docile? Quirky. Quirky Guzzlord. Ah! So there we go. I am going to go with... Who do I want to go with? I'm going to go with the Whiscash, because Belch is funny. So there we go. But that, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, is the end of a very, very slow stream. And I do apologize that took longer. But oh well anyway, Bark. It's so much easier when there are loads of people here and you're able to just assign the teams and go, go, go. But there we go. Are there any old records you don't mind erasing? I want to keep my records, dagnabbit. Okay, but there we go. So chat, my lovely chat, guys, gals, non-binary pals, all that lovely stuff. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday, this Father's Day edition of The Strike Streams, where I, a voice actor, am suspended, where I am not on a strike. I am on a suspended strike or something. I don't know how to phrase that. I'll know what to say once the strike is over, but I don't know what to say in this weird, iffy time. But anyway, Bark, thank you all so much. Please take care. Lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow, Monday, the 16th, for more Dynamax Adventures with my chat. That's you guys. And I hope you'll join me. So take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care, lots of love, bye-bye!